What's happening, YouTube? This is Champion 2D. How you doing, guys? Yeah, I thought I would do another video. This is a bit of an off-the-cuff video, really. I just wasn't planning on making a video, but I felt I needed to make a video, and I was just sort of in the mood to make a quick one. So yeah, I'm gonna try and keep this one as short as possible, just because I wanted to limit the amount of games I was going to show here. But yeah, so this is basically just random bits of retro games that I've picked up, as well as a gift as well. So yeah, I've got Saturn, Megadrive and Game Boy Advance. So I think I'm going to start with the Megadrive game. Now this is technically not retro, as it is a brand new game, but it's a retro title. It's made for the Mega Drive, and this was a game that I actually didn't know anything about. I am aware of the previous game that this company made, which was Life on Mars, which is very much a Metroid style game for the Mega Drive. A very cool game, actually. I mean, I don't think it quite lives up to Metroid, but I still think it was a solid little game. I haven't completed it. I'm still like very early on. But this is a game that caught my attention once I watched Scott's video, Scott Sega Zombie. He did a video on this, and who else did a video? I think my mate Pete on a retro tip. He also did a video as well. I will link their videos in the description box below, so check them out if you haven't. I'm sure that you guys are aware of both Pete and Scott's channels if you watch mine. But yeah, so they both made videos. Pete did a review on it, and Scott, which was actually the first video I saw in this game, he actually did sort of like a gameplay video, and just sort of talking about his views on this game. And I wasn't aware of much of this game, and when I was watching Scott's video and I realised it was a running gun, I had to go and get it. So I pretty much put my pre-order in, and the game I'm talking about, I won't leave it too long, was Life on Earth Reimagined. So this is very much a follow-up to Life on Mars, but unlike the previous game where it was a Metroid style title, this is a run and gun, a 2D run and gun game in the style of like a Contra. I've actually haven't had a chance to play it yet, but really cool game, very nice. I mean, it's obviously brand new. I don't often sort of buy new titles for old systems, but this is just a really cool game that I wouldn't mind getting for the modern consoles, but for now, you know, this will do. Just nice to have on the Mega Drive, and I can never say no to the blue spines. You know, I always tend to go for that when they give you the option. You can sort of go for a Genesis variant or a Japanese Mega Drive variant, but I always go for the European blue box style. I just really like the blue spines, so yeah, really nice one to have. Next one I have here, this is a Game Boy Advance game. Now this was actually bought very recently. I actually picked this up a week ago. I actually met up with a few YouTubers. I went to go see Scott Sega Saturn lad. Really cool guy. I've known him for a very long time now, and he invited me over to his place. Just a few of us YouTubers, and I went to go see his town, where he's from. And we actually didn't spend much time at his house. We actually spent most of our time out and about, going to various stores, retro games, some other geeky style shops, as well as comic book shops and stuff like that. It was really nice. I really enjoyed my time. And I wasn't just with Scott, I was with Pete on a retro tip. Really great guy. Again, I've known him for many years now. It was great hanging out with him. And also Gassid, Steve, and again, another YouTuber I've known for a very long time. So it was really good catching up with those guys. I had a great time, great little day with them. Basically spent the whole day with them. And as we were sort of out and about, we went to this store. I forget what it's called, but I'll sort of insert a picture of where we were at. Really cool store, basically sort of like a Forbidden Planet style shop with like loads of like figures, like modern day stuff, statues, but it also had like a lot of retro toys and video games and comics. It was massive. It was a great place to go to. I was really glad I went. And in the game section they had like some glass cabinets, and then they had some sort of Game Boy Advance stuff. And I saw they had this, and this has actually been one Game Boy Advance game I've been after for a while now. I already own it as a loose cart, but I've wanted to get it boxed for a really long time. I've tried to pick it up a few times at the markets, but didn't really have much luck. It's really difficult trying to find it in decent condition and for a good price. And this one was actually better than the one I saw at the London Gaming Market I was at, and it was a little bit cheaper as well. It did have some of the same flaws as the one I saw at the London Gaming Market. One of the flaps is sort of like coming loose, but aside from that, it's in complete and very nice condition. So I picked it up from this store, from this shop, and the game I've been after was Super Street Fighter 2, the Turbo Revival. So yeah, it's been a while since I picked up box copies for my Game Boy Advance. I do have a decent sized boxed collection for the Game Boy Advance. I also have a load more games as loose carts, but I like to try and pick up some boxed ones when I can, as long as they're for decent prices. And this was one I've been after for a long time, so really chuffed to get it. It's actually a very good port of Super Street Fighter 2, and it works really well on the Game Boy Advance. If you've not played this or Street Fighter Alpha 2 on the game, was it Alpha 2? Oh, it was Alpha 3 on the Game Boy Advance. Definitely check them out. Really good versions of them for the portable. And yeah, really chuffed. And like I said, it is complete, guys. Very nice condition, aside from like one of the flappages, which is a bit loose. But aside from that, really chuffed to get this. It's definitely a nice addition to the collection. And finally, to cap things off, I've got some more Japanese Saturn games. But before we go to the ones that I picked up, I did get a gift. I got a gift from, again, another awesome YouTuber, friend of the community, someone I've known for many years, who did me an awesome deal with Hyperdual. And then on top of all of that, he decides that he wants to send me this game. And so he asked me if I had this game. I didn't have it in my collection, and he told me, don't buy it, I'll just send it to you, it's yours, mate. And what he sent me was Virtua Fighter Remix. So really nice of him to send me this copy, and it's in a lovely condition, can't complain. Yeah, and it's an awesome little title. I do have Virtua Fighter 2, but I didn't have the first game, and I was eyeing up Remix, but glad that, you know, he had a spare copy, and it was really nice of him to send it my way. So thank you very much, Craig. I didn't mention his name earlier. Craig's here again. What a top fella for sending this my way. So chuffed to bits. It's a great little game. I mean, I do still favour Virtua Fighter 2 and some of the later ones, but this is just a really cool one to have. Very nice graphics. They really did it up compared to the original release. But yeah, very chuffed to have that one. And the last set of games, I actually bought these all together. I was actually, for the first time, these were actually bought out and about. And I actually went sort of out to do some regular errands, and there's this shop that's not too far from me that basically sells musical instruments. And I've spoken about this shop before, and it's one of them places that's been around for a long time. I actually bought some of my first PlayStation games there back in the mid-90s, and I always sort of forget that shop is there for some reason. But lately I sort of pop in every now and again to see what they've got, because they sell musical instruments, but like at the back they tend to have a lot of retro games, and especially import stuff as well. And the day I went, they just ended up having like a load of Japanese Saturn games, so I just sort of went through them, and I saw these ones, just took them all out. I wasn't planning to spend this kind of money at that time, but the guy did me a really good deal, so I couldn't really say no. The first one I picked up of their lot is Galaxy Fights. and I ignore the price tags because the guy did me a deal, so I'll get into what I paid for it. But yeah, just really chuffed to get this one. Now I do already own Galaxy Fight on the PlayStation, and I wasn't really out to try and get this game, but the price was really good. But when you see what else I got and the deal that I got, I actually didn't pay for this. I technically got this for free, so this was a really cool one to have. Not the best fighter in the world, I'll say this. It's a 2D fighter in case you don't know, but and it plays well enough. But I don't see myself going back to this one over and over again. It's a fun game, but it's far from the best of the 2D fighters on the Saturn. I probably wouldn't recommend this to most people, but this is one of those Sunsoft titles that I just wanted to complete because I have Waku Waku 7 for the Japanese PlayStation as well, so I thought, why not I pick this up if I saw it for a good price, which I did. And like I say, because the guy actually did me a deal, I technically did not pay for this. So the remainder of the games, and these were the ones that I was really after, I couldn't believe they had all of them, so I was quite chuffed to get them. First one I noticed here they had is Thunder Force 5. So I've never played this one. This was basically a Japanese exclusive. This also came out on the PS1, but only in Japan. And yeah, I'm a fan of the Thunder Force series, but I've never played Thunder Force 5. It's alright. It's alright. I still prefer the earlier titles, the sprite-based ones. This uses polygons, but it's still a 2D based game. It's a decent game. You know, I can't complain. It's a decent little shooter. Fun to play. Thunder Force is always fun to play, but I still prefer the older ones. And the next one I got here is keeping with Thunder Force. I bought the Thunder Force Gold Pack 1. So this has, I believe it has, I can't remember. It's got Thunder Force 2 and Thunder Force 3. Which is really cool. Yeah, really nice. I actually really enjoyed playing these ones. Basically 16-bit titles, really cool games, and yeah, very chuffed to get this one. But in the same, as I was going through them, I also came across the Thunder Force Gold Pack 2. So I was very happy to get this one as well, because this one has, I believe it's got an updated, it's got Thunder Force AC, which I think it's an updated Thunder Force 3. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I think it might be the arcade version of Thunder Force 3. And it also comes with Thunder Force 4, which is a great game that I do own on the Megadrive. And this is a very cool compilation. So it was nice to actually buy all of these together. Now I believe, if I'm looking at some of these, I've still got some of the stickers on them. I think I paid, it was 45 for, it was 50 quid for Thunder Force 5, it was 45 for Gold Pack 1, and I think I paid, I'm trying to find, I think I paid, it basically came to about about 100 quid, something like that. And the guy actually took off some money off of it, so I ended up paying 75 for the whole lot, which basically sort of meant I got Galaxy Fight for free, so it was a really good deal. And there were loads of games there still. There was a couple of other games I wouldn't mind picking up. Most of the ones I did already have, but there was some great stuff there, so it was really cool to see that, especially on a day that I was not planning to pick up any Saturn games. I wasn't really after anything. I was just out and about doing my boring errands, and I just sort of popped in and just came across a bunch of games I needed, and it was I couldn't really say no. I wasn't planning to spend that kind of money, but there we are. That's what happens sometimes. But really chuffed to get those ones. Just some great additions to the Saturn collection. So that is it, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Really chuffed to have all those games. Yeah, just some really cool titles there. Hopefully this video didn't run too long. Wanted to keep this one fairly short as I've got more videos in the pipeline, more pickups and stuff, so thought I'd make this one its own video. But thanks again for watching, guys. Again, I really do appreciate it, especially those people that leave comments and interact with me and leave thumbs up. Those things are always appreciated and very welcome, guys, so thank you very much if you're doing that. And of course, thank you very much for spending the time to watch my video. I'll see you guys again next time.